Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station, and I won an award.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2017 Radio Personality of the Year Award winner, Stephen Phillips.
Well, my daddy told me one day I'd amount to something.
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Stephen, be ready, because I can dish it out.
Well, my problem is I can't take it.
And Packy Smith is a winner, too.
Are we all aware that 2017 was a few years ago?
Well, all right.
He's not in radio for the money, just the glory.
You have got to get Stephen Phillips off the radio. He has lost it.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
Howdy, folks. We're back with you, and all the way from Tupelo, Mississippi, we have got Paul Thorn on with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Yeah, we're a little wet out here in Georgia, man. You getting any of this showers coming in off of the hurricane?
A little bit. Not too bad. A little wind's blowing, and it's getting a little bit cooler. I'm glad that's happening.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Golly, man, this weather, but winter's coming around the corner, but what we going to do? You was actually this morning, were you out picking up toilet paper?
No, I did that. Actually, I posted that. That actually happened a while back. I just posted it this morning.
Right. Okay. So you had somebody actually roll your house.
Yeah, kids come. Well, I think what it is. Unfortunately, I have a good-looking daughter, and and because of that, all the young boys are coming and sniffing around, and a lot of times they'll roll your yard. It's like their way of flirting because they don't have any game yet.
Yeah. Well, I tell your daughter overlooked them because they don't sound too smart if that's the way they're going to flirt.
No, man. And it's like I said, with this pandemic, and I mean, like I said, they don't have a job right now, and they took their mom and dad's toilet paper and that their parents paid for, and they're putting it up in my trees, which I'm taking it out of the trees and re-rolling it because so they're doing me a favor,
there
man.
You go.
So keep on rolling my yard, and I'll keep picking it up. And then somewhere down the road, they're going to have to wipe their behind with a corn cob.
There you go.
So, Paul, speaking of looks, I'm really noticing, and I actually saw this on several sites, that you actually look a lot like Jason Statham. Do you get any benefit from that? Can you do the English accent?
I am not joking when I say what I'm about to say. I get called Jason. I get told that literally almost every day, and it served me well as I went through airports because one time I was walking through the airport and a policeman came up to me and he said, "Hey man, can I get your autograph?" He said, "My son just loves your movies." So I instantly knew it was. So I signed the autograph and took a picture, and then the police officer bought me one of those airport $20 hot dogs.
Oh, there you go. So
yeah,
that makes me.
So
feel...
can you get in trouble for impersonating Jason Statham? I mean, is there?
I tell the people this. I don't look like Jason Statham. Jason Statham looks like me.
There you go. There you go.
See, that makes me feel a little bit better because, we do some of your songs at our show, and after the show, these people come up, they're like, "Man, I love that song, Mission Temple or whatever it is. Is it on your CD?" And I say, all my songs are on my CD. So, yeah. That ain't technically lying, but anyway, I'm selling them. Whatever you got to do.
Well, Stephen's been trying to make a living telling people he looks like Brad Pitt, but if you've seen Stephen, you know that's a blatant lie.
I'm gaining. He's getting fat. I'm looking more and more like him. So anyway,
you've been talking about the pandemic. So what has that done to your music career for right now? I mean, what are you doing?
Ever since the pandemic, I have basically been unemployed because people can't congregate, and I make my business playing in front of crowds, and so basically I'm unemployed right now. So I'm just doing things around the house, and there is one great joy I have right now is that, according to what I've heard, I got to be on a radio show that Wink Martindale got to be on.
Well, yeah, he's not on yet, but he's coming. Yeah, he's actually coming.
Hey, if I've made it to that level, I've made it to the top because that's Wink Martindale. Man, he was such a part of my childhood. Watching him on those game shows and stuff, it's surreal.
He was amazing. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Oh, we're stepping it up. Steven's got the stunt woman for Daisy Duke coming on soon, and he's already made her mad. He's already made her mad talking smack about women drivers.
Paul, you know how women drivers are. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I guess now you being at home is kind of a good thing in a sense, even though you're broke and you're losing
And
money.
keep an eye on that daughter.
But you get to hang around the house, and that's something that,
Man.
being a musician is pretty good, right?
It really is. Even though I'm not working right now, it's been such a treat to be home. Things that people take for granted, I normally don't get to do. Like I get to take my daughter to school every day. Like 2 days ago, she got her braces off, and her confidence went through the roof, and just little things like that the musicians don't get to experience. Just being at home and just dragging the garbage can out to that road. I mean, just all of it.
For Steven.
I love all of it. I love all of it. And I've been writing songs and
That was
doing
going to ask
artwork.
next. I mean, it's giving
Yeah.
you time to kind of maybe concentrate on some stuff you weren't able to do before because you're such a hectic schedule. So, have you been writing a lot?
Oh yeah, I have. I've finished a couple songs that I feel good about. Well, actually, I recorded a record at the beginning of the year, and it was supposed to come out in July, and then the pandemic hit, and I've decided to not put it out because in today's world, if you have a record, the only way to really get it out there is you have to go tour.
Right.
So I'm going to wait till all that comes back and just sit on my new record until I can get a fair chance of promoting it.
But now, one cool thing about this is you actually recorded it at Sun Studios in Memphis, right?
Yeah, I recorded it at Sam Phillips' place. Yes, it's a wonderful place. It's got a vibe and a spirit to it, and they've got this old vintage equipment that sounds really different and good, and sounds really retro. And I did it there, and I'm really proud of the record. There's no point in putting it out right now because there's nothing in place to promote it.
Right.
But you know that y'all on Paul's songwriting, y'all, if you've never heard of Paul Thorn, you need to dig him up because he has got, and anybody, I mean, I guess that's one of the reasons I'm a big fan, that can write a song about Viagra and make it rhyme should get a Pulitzer prize, I think. I mean, honestly.
Pulitzer,
yeah. But he actually has a song that rhymes with that. And another song that we like is I'm Still Here. And his take on his neighbor getting run over at the mailbox is like, well, I'm still here, so. But yeah, you got some great stuff. Great stuff. We on Facebook, we've had a lot of people, asking questions because we posted that you was going to do it, and all the people are like, man, you are so beautiful. He is so sexy, and that's just the guys that's commenting. But everybody, when do you think you're going to be back out on the road?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I had a lot of dates that got moved into 2021 that were already booked, but I don't have the only thing I can say is, from what little I know, it's going to have to take a vaccine.
Right.
I don't see any other way,
And then people are going to have to accept the vaccine because they're already arguing about that. So, we'll see.
This is unlike anything I've ever experienced. This is up there. There's certain things that happen. Like when the Twin Towers were shot down,
right.
or like when John Lennon was shot, or anything like that. This pandemic, it's one of them. It's something that will be remembered
You're
for
right.
eternity.
It's life-changing.
It is, man. I'm not rich by any stretch, but I got a little money saved back, and I'm living off of that.
Right.
But there's a lot of people, God bless them, that all they have is what's in their front pocket, man.
Mm-hmm.
What they get on Friday evening, and they're hurting because that's gone. They don't have nothing, and I don't know what's going to fix it, man. But there's a lot of people are hurting right now. They really are.
Now, is Mississippi shut down? I mean, are y'all got anything open? I mean, y'all doing the social distancing and all?
Well, social distancing, from my point of view, is a joke because people ain't doing it.
No,
they're just not doing it, and hold on, my little dog's trying to run out in front of a car. I'm sitting on the porch. Come here, boy. I got him now. Well, anyway, I got distracted. What were we talking about? Because my dog went in the road. Sorry.
We were
Say
talking
that
about
again.
social distancing and personal responsibility. That sort of thing.
The mayor made it a mandatory thing, but when you go to, when I go into a convenience store, I have my mask on and everything, but most people ain't doing it.
Right.
They're saying that they're just not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't, what can you do, I guess it's the thinning of the herd, I guess. I guess the ones that are strong is going to make it, and the ones that ain't, they're going to go see Jesus, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I wear my mask all the time. Of course,
And it's an improvement, Paul. If you've ever seen Stephen, that's the one thing about the pandemic that I'm grateful for is that I don't have to look at all of Stephen's face every day.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that because he's opened up for me a few times, and the ladies just love him. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I have my ladies.
Is it the under 60 crowd or?
Well, my fans, and Steve's fans is the same age, and the ladies always stand in the front of the stage, and they kind of try to get your attention. They wear these things called doggy bras. Have you ever heard of a doggy bra?
No, I'm afraid to ask about this.
You want to know what the definition of it is?
Yes.
It makes a pointer out of a sitter.
Oh, there you go. I thought that.
And so them women, when they, I've watched from the side of the stage when Steve is performing. I mean, he's even making the grandmas ovulate.
I thought they were.
Well, you're right because my mother loved him.
Yeah.
Loved him.
She did.
She wore his T-shirt every day.
Yeah.
He got more women in a phone book.
She actually wore a T-shirt. She passed away, and she actually was buried in her T-shirt, right?
In your T-shirt.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay.
We're not going to tell that lie.
But he is a faithful man. He's faithful to his wife. He told me he was in a very monotonous relationship. I'm sorry, I meant to say monogamous. I said what he said, sorry.
Keep it up, Paul. Keep it up. I got the cutoff button here. Tell us something before we go, because Packy's tore up about you being in a fight with Roberto Duran.
Oh, is Roberto? I thought it was you got in a fight with the members of Duran Duran. Never mind.
Well, I can whoop all of them.
Yeah, you
in one day.
You went 6 rounds with Roberto Duran. That's pretty good.
No, I went.
You don't even remember.
I can't remember the 6.
You've been hitting the head too many times.
It doesn't matter, but in a previous career, I was a professional boxer, and at the height of my career, I was like number 29 in the world, and I got to fight on national TV against Roberto Duran.
That's cool.
And I hung with him as long as I could, and the problem was I got cut early on, and the cut just kept getting worse and worse, and then they stopped it between the 6th and the 7th round. But we both had to go to the hospital and be sewed up because I busted his eye open. And
I watched the fight. You did land a pretty good one on there. But
the thing about that makes him great, everybody always talks about his punching power, and I know lots of guys that got. There's guys that live in my neighborhood that's got punching power. But what made him special is he was incredibly hard to hit. I can't even explain it.
Right.
When you would throw a punch, it would almost like he would move before you even threw the punch. And when you're in a boxing match and you can't hit your opponent,
That's
it's
a problem.
very hard to win.
We need a rematch.
Yeah, well, he did have he had a car wreck and hurt his back. So I think I can make.
What about if we dress Stephen up like Roberto Duran?
I am a terrible fighter. I am like.
And we pretend.
I've already got a punching bag down in my shed.
I just play dead. That's my strategy. I just lie down and play dead.
I'm like Muhammad Ali up to the point till the fight comes, because I talk a big fight, you know what I'm saying, and then when it comes down to it, I'm like, cross this line. Okay.
The loudest is always the weakest.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I can admit it. I learned the hard way. I'm a terrible fighter. Yeah, but anyway.
Fighting is something it's not something that's an enjoyable thing to do. I boxed and I was good at it, but every time I walked to the ring, every single time, the main feeling I was trying to conquer was my fear. That any fighter that goes to the ring and says he's not scared is a liar.
I believe
he's a liar because it's a long. When you walk to the ring, you've got your entourage around you, and they're all patting you on the back and saying, "We can do it, we can do it." And then something strange happens when you go in the ring. They don't go in the ring.
We got you back.
They keep saying "we." I said "we." Are you French?
You're the only one getting punched in the face. They're not.
Right.
So yeah.
But it was such a good thing for me to do because it enabled me to face. I learned how to face my fears. I learned how to control my fear. I never got rid of the fear, but I tried to use it to my advantage, and just take a deep breath, be calm, relax, and it prepared me for a lot of things in life. It's a lot harder than singing, I promise you.
Oh, I can imagine.
When I go on stage, I really ain't nervous. I feel like I have what it takes. But in boxing, I had a lot of doubt in myself, and especially going against one of the greatest who ever lived, Roberto Duran. I knew what I was going against, and I was scared. I went in there. Actually, when I fought Duran, I kind of choked up a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't really choke up in that I didn't throw any punches. It's just I was so overwhelmed by his greatness and the aura of him. It just kind of made my arms not move as good as they normally would. It's just crazy.
You just tell people you had something in your eye.
He was a little intimidating. Just let me say it like that.
This is like Steven, the way Steven feels about you, Paul. He gets so he was so nervous this morning. He was
said, "How's my hair?"
I'm telling you, man, anybody can write a song that rhymes with Viagra and make it. I mean, honestly, is royalty in my book. Paul, we've got to ease on out of here, man. We would love to have you come back on in a day or two if you'd be willing. And
you know what? I ain't doing nothing else.
You got to take that girl to school, though. I know it's getting that time out there. So.
Well, that's the other thing. One last thing. I'm not taking her to school because our school, the complete school, is off, and we're all having to learn online.
Oh, fun.
I mean, like nobody's going to our school at this time.
So you're the teacher. That
No,
ought to be good.
I am the. I'm more like the whip cracker because I have to say, are you doing homework or looking at TikTok?
There you go.
Because there's a lot of. It's just weird, man. I'll be glad when it's over, and I'll be glad when I can see people, see Steven again, maybe get to see all of y'all in person.
There you go.
If I get real lucky, I might get to meet Wink Martindale.
There you go. All right. Well, listen, Paul, we sure appreciate you calling in, man.
Okay, y'all have a good one.
Take care.
See ya.
I won't be here tomorrow.
Go take a nap.
I'm going to be off tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Paul Thorn, for calling in. Packy, thank you for mashing the button. We'll talk to y'all bright and early in the morning.